This is Stanley Siegel. I'm in first class of Eurostar. We're on a great adventure. Here's Roger Harrison of Eurostar. People have heard about it. They've heard about the channel. We began in London, right?
That's right.
Take it from there.
So London, it's just over an hour to the Channel Tunnel in England, 20 minutes through the tunnel, and then another hour and a half or so on to Paris. So the two capitals are 3 hours apart. And because we go centre to centre, that's as fast or faster than flying. So we have a majority of people travelling between London and Paris, and London and Brussels will tend to use Eurostar.
Who dreamed this up?
Well, that's a very good question, because the history in fact goes back 200 years. I suppose you could take it back to Napoleon, who thought of building a tunnel under the Channel for a totally different purpose. He was going to invade England.
Of course.
That's right.
Did Hitler think about this too?
Not seriously.
But this was Napoleon.
Oh yeah, there are definitely drawings of the time to show ideas of, horses coming through the tunnel.
Roger, we're going to excuse ourselves just for a minute. Let's talk to some of the passengers. Can we do that? How are you, sir? I'm Stanley Siegel. Where are you going?
Going to Paris?
You're going to Paris. Are you an American?
Yes.
So is this your wife?
No. A random person.
How are you? What do you do?
I'm fine.
Well, how are you two getting along? Are you a married man?
I'm not.
So this is a new beginning?
You have a new job.
Pardon?
You have an-
Is a matchmaker, you mean? So you're in the mood to try everything. You want a new job, maybe a new relationship, right?
You know, it's a good idea.
What is your name?
Michelle.
Michelle, are you French?
I'm French, yes.
Gee, how lovely. Now, how did you happen to meet like this?
Well, I don't know. Just like that.
Tell us. I mean, was it an accident you were sitting here, or kismet, or you? What did you do?
To be honest with you, we've both been reading. We haven't really spoken.
Oh, but now the ice has been broken. Huh?
That's it, now we can speak.
Where's a great restaurant in Paris?
Oh gosh, there are so many of them.
Well, now, where would be a good first meeting restaurant?
Marbeuf. La brasserie Marbeuf is very nice.
Why?
Because it's very romantic.
Very romantic. All right, you're on your own. I've done the best I can. Thank you so much. What's popular today? What are the people liking, do you think?
They like croissant today.
The croissant?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what are you doing in Paris?
I'm going for a day with all the other journalists.
Oh, so you're all going together, and your name is?
Jonathan Swift.
Are you a writer as well?
I am.
Jonathan Swift, it's a pretty famous name,
It's
huh?
a pretty famous name, yeah.
And what kind of stuff do you write, Jonathan?
I write about insurance too.
Is that right? Is that a sexy subject?
Oh, very.
How so?
Because a lot of very interesting people work in the insurance industry.
You do. I used to have an insurance agent who would pocket the premiums. In other words, he was betting that you were not going to have an automobile accident. So which meant I was not insured.
You wouldn't allow that in the UK.
No, that would never go on here, would it?
No, I wouldn't.
What is your name?
My name is John Grammer,
John, where are you from?
Boston.
Boston. Did you ever go to Durham Park
Well, many times.
for the apple pandowdy?
Apple Pandowdy and many things that they have good there.
Is this your wife?
No, my wife is right over there.
How come you're not sitting with your husband?
That's not me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what?
You're not good.
Where? Oh. And your name is what?
John Grammer.
John? Mrs. Graham, are you hiding here?
Yes, I
Well, now, why aren't you sitting with your husband?
He's wandering.
Good to see you. Thank you so much. Are you together?
Yeah.
Well, how did you meet? Now, you're from Stuttgart, and you're from Australia.
That's right.
There's got to be a story. What's the story?
Yeah, what's the story? Well, we've been on this train.
No. You met before the trip, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, we met
you?
before.
You met in England, or
We met in England.
are you working there?
We are both living and working in Cambridge. Yeah, we
Oh, I
met
see.
there.
So that's where the story ends.
That's where it starts
the
and
story starts.
Okay, you're sticking to that story, right? Have a great time. Thank you so much. So now we're in France. All right, so we're in the northern part of France, right, Roger?
That's right. We're in the area called Nord-Pas-de-Calais, and you can feel already that the train is picking up speed quite substantially. We're on the new line, and we'll be soon at our maximum of 186. It's 300 kilometers an hour in continental
We're going to go
speed.
186 miles an hour. For history buffs, this is a very important region of France. This is the Somme region, right?
Yes, we're going through northern France, and the Eurostar route for a large part follows the line of the old Western Front from the First World War. So from time to time you can see little cemeteries from the soldiers. I think there's one over the other side we just missed.
All right, let's show this map
Sure.
from Matt's camera.
Yeah.
Now, what we say the Western Front,
Yeah.
you
As
know, we
opposed-
lose a sense of history. World War I, where were the Germans?
The Germans are in the middle, and they have a Western Front fighting us and the Americans and the French, and an Eastern Front fighting the Russians. So
Of
the,
course.
the Western Front goes down from the north coast of France. Here's our Eurostar line. Sorry, the coast being over here, and the River Somme comes across and and crosses the Eurostar route. We're in between Lille and Paris, so we're in the northern part of France. But the Somme in particular was, I believe, the most men killed in one day in any battle. 60,000 men killed in one day. Incredible things happen. You can't see much of it now. It's back to agriculture, but there are certain places where you can see the remains of the trenches.
We're outside of Paris.
We're in Paris.
We're in Paris.
We're in Paris. These are the suburbs, and we're going to take you right to the centre, Gare du Nord.
So say it one more time. The name of the station.
Gare du Nord.
Gare du Nord.
Station of the North.
Now this is Eurostar here.
Here we are. Here we are in Gare du Nord in Paris.
Gare du Nord.
That's it.
How many trains do you have?
We have a total of 27 trains in operation, and during the winter timetable we run up to 18 a day each way, London to Paris, and we have 8 a day London to Brussels, and that increases a bit in the summer, and particularly at weekends, which are busy times.
Now, Roger, you're going to leave us shortly, right?
I'm afraid so.
Well, it was a great experience.
Thank
Roger.
you.
And then we're going to have a day in Paris.
too.
All right, we're supposed to meet Pascal Bourdin. He's going to be our guide in Paris. And we're against the clock. We only have X number of hours in this great city. And we're going to have a fabulous lunch to begin with. We'll see the Eiffel Tower. We're going to see Notre Dame. And we're going to try through the metro, which is like the tube or the subway in New York. We're going to get a good sense of what Paris is about. All right, this is a commanding view of Gare du
Gare
Nord.
du Nord.
That's
which
the North Station in
That's
Paris.
the North Station in Paris, where the Eurostar arrives from London. It's also the station where the trains from Northern Europe.
All right, now look, we got a real challenge. We have about 5-6 hours to see Paris. So let's see what we can do. Where's our first stop?
Our first stop is Montparnasse.
Right?
We'll first take the subway, and then we'll get there in about half an hour and have lunch at one of the most famous brasseries in Paris.
Where is the Eiffel Tower? The left bank, the right bank.
Left bank.
Okay, Notre Dame, left bank, right bank.
It's actually on an island in the middle, so it's on neither bank.
All right, and the Sacré-Cœur
It's on the right bank.
and Montmartre.
Montmartre is just around the Sacré-Cœur, so it's on
It's also on the
right bank.
right bank. Now this restaurant, where are we going? To the right bank now or the left bank?
To the left bank,
Going to the left bank. Where do you live?
on the right bank.
But I thought you were an intellectual, Pascal.
Yeah, but I'm hiding my game.
You mean you're slumming with us? Huh? Is that what
I'm
it is?
slumming it up, yeah.
Huh? All right, so we have a few more stops. We're with Pascal Bourdin.
Dawn.
Pascal Bourdin. See, I like to be corrected by like that, Pascal. It reminds me of my home life, being corrected by the master. I like that. Pascal Bourdin.
So we're about 2 stops from lunch.
Two stops from lunch. Is the restaurant near this metro? Sure, it's pretty close, huh? All right, now they say this is a very great restaurant.
La Coupole
La
is,
Coupole.
it's one of the most famous brasseries in Paris.
What is a brasserie?
A brasserie is a restaurant that's open most of the day,
Right.
and where you can eat at all times in the day, which is not exactly a French concept.
Right, of course.
And where you can eat seafood and sauerkraut.
So this is a great
Grilled-
seafood restaurant.
Yes.
We're looking at the menu at La Coupole, and I think I'm going to have the poissons. That's the fish, right, Pascal?
The poisson is fish.
Fish. What are you going to have?
I'm going to have the grillade, which is the grilled meat, steak.
With some pomme de frite, something like that? Some
I don't
potatoes?
think I'm going to have any pommes frites. It's not very good for my diet. And
Neither is the
Californians
meat?
understand.
Huh? Ask who these people are. Is this a man and his wife?
I don't know.
Ask them.
Do we want to know?
Of course I want to know. Ask what it is. Ask them, are they man and wife? And who are these other two guys?
Let's see. How should we put this
Just say-
diplomatically?
No,
Are you
oh,
here
I
for
see what you mean.
You
Ju-
don't
just
want
say
to ask.
you don't want to.
In
I
Paris,
understand.
in Paris, you never ask those
You never
things.
ask these. Oh, I see.
Anybody can be out with their
I
mistress.
get it. No, they don't look that way. This is a man and wife, definitely. Ask them.
You don't talk about these
Really?
things. You just do them.
They don't discuss things.
They
like that.
never talk about that.
Now tell me this: why is it in
We-
French movies, after they make love, they always seem to smoke a cigarette?
Because there's nothing that's better after love than a cigarette.
Now,
And
is it-
there's nothing that's better than a cigarette after love.
Now tell me, why did the French really invent French kissing?
I hope other people do it just for their
Yeah,
own
they do.
sake.
It's been done before. They introduced me to this gentleman. Who is this man?
He's my dad.
No kidding. So this is the dad. Parlez-vous anglais?
A little, yes.
Just a little bit. What do you do?
I'm working in an hospital
In a hospital?
Yes.
As what?
as a director,
You're the director of a hospital?
general manager.
You must have enjoyed that meal, huh? Was the meal good?
It was delicious.
What did
thank
you have?
Well, I had the cheapest menu, but it was really good.
It was good, huh? Now you
Was
have.
it?
I noticed you have a little body piercing, huh?
Yes.
Well, ask your father what he thought of that.
He doesn't like it.
You don't like it?
He thinks it's terrible.
Now in the U.S., you have no tattoos, do you?
No, but I want to do one. Yes. he
She wants a
doesn't
tattoo.
want
What do you think of that?
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't agree with it.
All right, so these are those are the oysters, obviously.
We have crabs.
Oh gosh, look at these crabs. Fantastic.
We have what we call langoustine, which is in
Yeah.
between the crab and the.
They have these in the
between
United States.
The lobster and,
Yeah.
and the shrimp.
What about this? What's
We
this?
have flat oysters.
Flat
Pas
oysters.
du tout les plats, les belons. De l'Atlantique.
Non, de Bretagne.
Ask them when they
flat
were.
oysters.
Ask them when they were harvested. How long ago?
Lui, il
before?
parle anglais.
Quand est-ce qu'elles sortent du. Elles ont été pêchées, les huîtres.
Avant-hier, ils sont arrivés ce matin.
The day before yesterday.
Day
and they
before
arrived
yesterday.
Ils restent tous les jours.
Incredible,
On a dit.
incredible.
Also
These are all
different kinds of oysters.
all different kinds of
tastes.
oysters.
That's clams. Another kind of clams.
Frère.
Frère, a smaller clam.
Go ahead, please go ahead. You want some ketchup? God forbid.
No, I don't
like
think
that
so.
look you give me. I asked him if he wanted some ketchup. Give him that look again, Pascal.
I can't do it again.
Well,
but
what was
no
it? A look
way.
of? Was it a complimentary look or one of disdain?
A look of pure scorn.
Go ahead.
But I know it was just provocation.
Yeah, it
so
was. Actually, it
I'm
was
not
what I
gonna be
really
provoked.
thought. No, it wasn't provocation. It was just not understanding.
You're only allowed to mustard. This is lentils with the roasted salmon, and I imagine this is fried leeks on top.
Let me try this now. Here is the salmon with the lentils. Wonderful.
And this is vinegar and minced shallot to put in your oyster.
You know, I used it on the salmon. I know I shouldn't.
I
You know,
don't
it's
think you're
fabulous.
supposed
It's fabulous.
But then American people don't have the same hang-ups about what should be and what should not be done with food as we do with our century-old recipes. So I guess you're doing fusion right there.
It's fusion. Bon appetit.
Bon appétit. Bon appétit, ladies and gentlemen.
right, now our time is rapidly disappearing. Where should we go now?
We could go and we could try and go to the Eiffel Tower,
Okay.
but we're going to be rained out there again.
Are we going to walk or take a taxi?
We'll try and get a cab,
Let's
which
do
is
that.
not
Let's take a
easy.
taxi right now. Here's the Eiffel Tower, constructed in 1889, almost 1,000 feet tall, constructed to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. All right, here is the Eiffel Tower. Shoot up there, Matt. Incredible. Where are you from?
Holland.
Holland, huh? You too?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think about the Eiffel Tower?
It's big.
Big, huh?
Rusty.
Ugly.
Ugly.
No, no, really?
Yeah.
You think it's ugly?
Ugly color.
No, but it is amazing though, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
You know how tall it is?
230 meters or
Well,
something.
is that almost 1,000 feet, huh? What do you do in Holland?
What do you do? I'm a bartender.
And how about you?
Dancer.
You're a dancer? You're very lovely. What kind of a dancer are you?
Erotic dancer.
Are you really?
Yeah.
An erotic dancer?
Yeah.
Were you in this gentleman's bar?
No. It's my brother.
Oh, this is your brother, huh?
Yes. Yes.
So you're just on holiday right now?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
177.
Pardon me?
1 meter 77.
What would that be in the U.S.? What's 1 meter 70? Anyway, you're quite lovely. Have a nice trip.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, there's the Eiffel Tower. And you think we got it? We got it. Yes, we got it. All right, thank you very, very much. Everyone who knows a little bit about World War II remembers that in 1940, when France was defeated by the Germans in about 6 weeks, which was the zenith of German expansion at that time. They remember German troops marching under the Arc de Triomphe down the Champs-Élysées. This is Stanley Siegel at RTL, the largest radio network in France. And we're going to go in and talk now to Jérôme Godefroy. Jérôme, comment ça va?
Ça va bien, how are you?
This is your studio?
This is not my studio, this is one of the main studios for RTL. It's where I work, especially on the weekend because I'm in charge of the weekends.
Right. This is the largest radio network in France.
It is. We have a big share of the audience, like 20%, and we have been the leading radio for 20 years now. Yeah.
How many outlets?
Well, this is the main station. It's a national station, so we are broadcasting all over France from here, all over France. Yes.
So, were there 50 million Frenchmen?
60 million now, I think.
60 million.
I
And
would say
so
like
most
20%, 20 million, maybe 25 million are listening to us. Yeah.
at any one time.
Yeah.
Is it all talk?
It is talk and music. We have a lot of news in the morning, and then we have a program like right now in the afternoon. We have a show with singers and movie stars and people like that. Yeah, sure.
All right, now tell me this. Radio talk is very popular in the United States. And generally the talkers who do the best are the conservatives. Is it the same way in...
Oh, well, no. When you talk radio, I know what it is in the States. No, here it's very different when it's shows, but it's not political per se. We also have political shows like Meet the Press, the equivalent of Meet the Press for radio. We have something called the Grand Jury, the Grand Jury, when one politician is interviewed every Sunday evening, and we have this kind of program also.
Now, you were on the Bill O'Reilly Factor.
I was there. It was quite an experience.
Tell us.
It was.
You were on the Fox News channel. When was this?
It was just before I used to be the correspondent for RTL in the States for 12 years, and I was interviewed several times by American TV and once by O'Reilly on Fox, and the subject was why do the French hate Americans?
It's nothing really new. We have seen this kind of hate-love relationship for many, many years. Remember the 60s when de Gaulle threw away all the American soldiers, the NATO military bases. And it has been highs and downs about America. But now it's different because, in a way, we feel threatened by the superpower, the only remaining superpower. And we are afraid that America might change our way of life.
And then at the end of it, O'Reilly told me, so, don't you remember that we saved your ass in World War II? Don't you remember Private Ryan and everything? So, of course, but it's not the reason to impose everything on us these days, all right?
It's so Well, thank you so much. This is Stanley Siegel from Garden of Noir. I got to say that again. My French is a little rusty. This is Stanley Siegel from Gare du Nord.
And this is Pascal Bourdon from Paris.
And we say we wish you and bid you a fond adieu.